Are you ready to know the direction of the day for the world's most traded pair, the Euro USD? Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Thursday morning. Right now, here in my hometown, it's currently 8:30 a.m. That is East African time, and Monday to Friday. If you're, let's say, using the New York time zone, I basically jump onto these live streams at basically 1:30 a.m. That's New York time, to be able to share with you what the direction of the day is going to be like on the Euro USD. So this is something I do every Monday to Friday to basically share what I believe the direction of the day is going to be like on the Euro USD, based off of my strategy, which is it's basically a 50% win rate strategy with a 1 to 4 risk to reward. So I'm able to actually catch a 1 to 4 with this strategy, basically, following it ardently. Now, when it comes to this week, if you've been following me from Monday, you know that for the last 3 days, my setup has basically not showed yet, and I'm very okay with that. I'm very okay with that. And if you are someone who is out there, you know that here on the channel, I always preach less is more. So sometimes if your setup doesn't form, it is very okay for you to just sit on your hands. It's very okay, guys, because this is how you preserve your capital. But if you're always out there, looking for the next trade, this is how you're going to end up, blowing up your account. So if your setup doesn't form that day, it is very okay for you to actually step back and not trade. So if you're someone who struggles with this, maybe you just can't sit on your hands, I suggest that you go maybe find a hobby, find something to do, maybe going to the gym, or maybe going out for a run, or get a book to read. It could be a trading related book, or any other type of book. Try and find something to do for you to be occupied, because this way you'll be able to preserve your capital. So getting back to the strategy, as I've told you, it's a 50% win rate strategy, and I'm able to actually catch a 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio. And this is what made me profitable, guys. I've traded this particular way, or I've traded this particular strategy for over a year now. And usually when I share when I share my results for the last over 1 year, it is always showing that I've been having green months all the way through. So this is the type of strategy that if you are actually looking for a strategy to trade, you could trade the same exact strategy that I trade. I'm going to be sharing everything about this particular strategy right here on this very live stream. So if you've been looking for a strategy to trade, probably this is the strategy that you're going to be going with. Without any further ado, right now I'm going to be getting into this to basically show you my kind of results for this over 1 year that I've been trading this particular strategy, and also share with you what the direction, or what I believe the direction of the day is going to be like. So I'm going to be sharing my screen right now so that I'm able to show you guys what I'll be seeing on my side here. So I'm going to be sharing that just in a bit for me to share with you. So when you look at my screen right here, these are the kind of results that I've been, gathering over this period that I've traded this particular strategy. I started trading this particular strategy in May of 2023. And when you look at my comments right here, you can see that I've been having green months all the way through. So you can see under my monthly comments, this particular strategy gives me, I'm always having green months. It's the strategy that was able to make me profitable in this market. So I'm sure that if you trade the same strategy, you can be able to actually get these same results. And when you look at my, profits, monthly profits, you can see that there's nothing crazy. It's just 5, 6. So, for example, the month of May, I had a 5%, June, I had a 6%, July, I had a 7%, August, I had a 1%. So, there's nothing crazy, guys. I know so many gurus, and personally, I like to call these. I like to call them scam artists. They are always on the internet promising you that if you buy into my course, I'm going to be giving you a strategy that will be giving you maybe 100% profits every single month. Guys, this is not how trading works. Trading, it is, you should be okay with, taking singles and doubles. Don't go for home runs, guys, because you'll end up blowing your accounts, guys. So basically, you can see the month of August I had a 1%. Then when it came to October to September, you can see 5%. October I had a 23%. That was a good month. Then when we crossed over to this year, January I had an 18%. February I had a 4%. March I had a 7%. April has so far been my best month with a 25%. May I had a 12%. June I had a 5%. July, which is the month we just previously concluded, I had an 11%. So this is the type of strategy that I trade, and I'm sure that if you trade the same way, you'll definitely be able to get the same results, guys. So if you've been looking for a strategy to trade, this is probably one of those strategies, or this is the strategy that you might have to consider trading as well. Of course, you can't just take my word for it. You'd have to go back test this particular strategy for you to, find some confidence in it, because I personally, I believe that without back testing, you can't have that, confidence in a particular strategy. So you have to go back test this particular strategy, and then once you've back tested at least 100 trades, this is when you go ahead and start implementing the strategy in the live market. So away from this, I'm going to be, taking you through the routine that I go through on every on each and every day. Every morning, this is what I do. Personally, I'm a purely technical trader, but I like to also check out what the fundamentals are saying for the day. And the way I do this, the website number one I check out is this particular website right here. It's called Bloomberg.com. It is a website that I use to actually be able to, see what these guys are saying when it comes to the fundamental side of things. So if you want to check out the website, it's www.bloomberg.com, and then basically for me to check out the pair that I trade, I come under markets here, then currencies, then I'm able to select out Euro USD. Then once I get to this page, I'm able to check out the related news on the Euro USD. So if you look right here, you can see Japanese stocks. So as yen pairs advance against dollar. Okay, so this is on the USD JPY or JPY. I'm not concerned about that. So the reason I actually check out these fundamentals is for me to basically check out the major news happening on either the euro or the United States dollar. If there's nothing major happening on any of these two in terms of fundamentals, then I'm not concerned. That's basically me. This is how I trade. So you can see right here, Asian stocks gain amid volatility, dollar falls. It's basically a market wrap that was written. This particular issue was issued about 2 hours ago. Okay, this is really nothing major, nothing major. Stocks soon after a weak treasury sale. Okay, there's really nothing major when it comes to the euro or the United States dollar. So that will be it for this particular website, Bloomberg.com. This is it at the moment. So I will not be concerned with any of this. So as I told you guys, I'm only looking out for the major news. If there's nothing major, then I'm not concerned. So then after checking out Bloomberg.com, I'd like to also check out this particular website, forexfactory.com, and I basically check out the economic calendar to see for this particular day, which is the 8th of August, 2024, what do they have in stock? What are they saying? So you can see right here, because for me, I actually filtered these economic calendar news to only red folder news events. So when I see here today, which is the 8th of August, I can see that at 3:30 p.m. my local time, there will be unemployment claims. And this is, if you're using the New York Times, this news will be dropping at 8:30 a.m. New York Times. So basically, the reason I like checking out, for example, this news calendar on forexfactory.com is for me. Basically, for some people out there, even myself, I like to actually be out of the market as this news drops, because maybe if I've made some profits on my account or on my P&L, if I've made some profits, I don't want these news events to basically wipe out my profits for the day. So sometimes I like to be out as this news drops. This is basically just how I do it, and I found it very okay, because the other thing it saves me from are the widened spreads as these news events are dropping. Many of the brokers like to widen the spreads. They can slip you 10, even 15 pips. When it's not a loss you are ready for, you predetermined maybe to only maybe risk 10 pips, and then you end up losing maybe 25 pips. This is not something I'd like to have on my account. So I like to be out of the market as this news drops, guys. So basically that's just me. So this is enough of the fundamental side, and without further ado, we are going to be getting onto the charts to basically see what the direction of the day is going to be like on the Euro USD. Now, if you do not know, this is the world's most traded pair. So for some reason, so many people like trading this particular pair. So it's also a pair that I found profitable, and I've been able to trade this particular pair for close to 4 years now. It's roughly about 4 years, and I'm able to religiously trade it. But for this particular strategy that I use to call the direction of the day, I've traded it for over a year now. So basically that is it. So when we look at the charts right now, you can see this is what the price action looks like. And with my strategy, or with the strategy that I trade, it is a strategy that utilizes the previous day's candle. So with this previous day, what I'm basically looking out for, when you look at the price action right here, so I'm always looking out for areas of interest. An area of interest, I like to call it an area of interest if it is either an order block, a fair value gap, or equal highs or equal lows. So once these are on the chart, or once I have these on my price action, then this is where I always like to put my focus on. So when you look at the previous day's price action, we can see that on the 1 hour time frame, we can see right here that price actually formed an order block right here. So what price usually likes to do is, price always likes to tap back, or take out liquidity from that from the price action that was left. And then once it has taken it out, this is when price moves in the other opposite direction. Price tends to do this on almost a daily basis. So this is where I crafted my strategy, and it is how I do trade. So when we look at what we have here, so from yesterday's price action, you can see price formed an order block right here. So for me, the level I'm looking at price, coming and taking out would be this particular level right here. So I'll be looking at price, coming all the way down here, taking out this particular level. And then once price has taken out this level 1.09033, this is what I would expect price to do. So if price comes, takes out this particular level right here, takes out all the stops resting below here. So if this doesn't happen this way, another thing I would expect price to do is for price to come all the way up here, take out this. You can see there's a bearish order block right here. So once price has taken out this, the stops resting above here, there's some stops resting above here. If when price takes those out, I would expect price, to come reverse in this other opposite direction there, to reverse direction. So basically, these are the two key levels. Level number one, I would expect it's either 1.09033, or if price doesn't actually come for this, I would expect price to come for this level right here at 1.09632. So basically, once price gets to these levels, this is when I look to actually react to price. So once price gets to that level and it strips it out, for me, what I like to do is basically drop down to the 5-minute time frame. You can clearly see that with analysis, I've done it on this 1 hour time frame. And then when it comes to entry, so once price, let's say, gets to this level or this particular level, I drop down to the 5-minute time frame. Then it is on the 5-minute time frame that I'll be able to make my entries or take my entries. And how I like to enter is basically waiting for price to form what I call an inversion fair value gap. This is when price has basically, covered a fair value gap that was previously there. And once price fully covers that fair value gap, this is when I make my entry. And with the stop loss, I always use 10 pips as my stop loss. And when it comes to the take profit, I use 30 pips in the market. But I like to hold this at least up to a 1 to 4. So basically, this is me. This is how I trade. And for these two levels I've showed you, I'm looking at price actually taking them out at least between 9 a.m. my local time up to about 11:59 a.m. Or if you're using New York time, this is between 2 a.m. New York time up to about 4:59 a.m. So basically, this is how I'm looking to actually trade today. If you do have any kinds of questions for me, you can go ahead, leave them down in the comment section, and I'll be gladly answering you back. Now, for those levels, if they're not taken out within that time period I've specified, then I'm not making any entry. I'm not trading for that day. So basically, this is how I trade, and it is how I've traded for all this time period, guys. So if you are someone who struggles to maybe, sit on your hands, let's say if your particular setup hasn't formed, guys, if you're someone who struggles with this, I highly suggest you find a hobby, because if you force a trade that wasn't meant to be, guys, you'll end up losing money. So find something that you can do that occupies you. This could be going to the gym, this could be reading a book, this could be, chilling out with your friends. Find something that you can do. If you're purely a trader and you don't have any other kinds of activities that you do, then I suggest you find something else you can do. Get into things like content creation. If you feel you do not have, if you feel you have enough time, or if you feel you have too much time on you, you can get into content creation. There's so many other things out there that you could do that might be able to, save you from blowing your accounts. with basically you making wrong entries in the market. So find something to do. And so basically, this is it for today. Remember to always manage your risk right. Avoid those execution errors. Maybe instead of entering a stop, instead of entering a buy, you enter a sell. Do not make such small execution errors, guys. Try and be on top of your game. Do not over risk on your accounts. This way, you'll be able to stay profitable in these markets, guys. So, thank you so much for watching. I'll be catching you tomorrow, same time, right here on the channel. So, in case of any questions, remember to leave them down in the comments. I'll be gladly answering you back. Thank you for watching. Have a great trading day.